Neil Gaiman. Need I say more?
Okay, folks, we're here with the man himself, Neil Gaiman. Neil, you're most well known, I think, for Sandman. So can you tell us a little about Sandman?
Sure. Sandman's a comic about dreaming. It's a horror comic, sometimes a fantasy comic, and it's a story about stories, why we need them, what they are, why they matter.
Were you surprised when you got the World Fantasy Award?
Describing me as being surprised is like describing, the explosion at Hiroshima as a little noisy. I was completely and utterly gobsmacked. No, it was amazing. It was the first time and the only time that a comic has ever won a literary award, an award for prose.
Tell us a little about the characters of Sandman.
Well, Sandman is in many ways a family story. For reasons of coincidence, their names all begin with D. You've got his elder brother, Destiny, and you have Death. Then you've got the Sandman himself, who is Dream, and he is the incarnation of dreaming. He's the person who, when you go to sleep each night, you go and live in his world. Then you have the twins, who are Desire, who doesn't actually have a sex, or has a large number of sexes, depending on which way you look at it, and Despair, who is very squat and naked and lives in a world filled with mist and mirrors. And then you have the youngest, who's my favorite, who is Delirium. And Delirium is very crazy, very strange, and manages to say occasionally very, very sane and sensible things.
Death is like a 16-year-old girl. Why do you think she's so popular?
When I created the character of Death, I wanted to create the kind of Death that I would like to meet. I'd like a girl. I'd like somebody sensible. I'd like somebody nice. I don't want a skeleton. I don't want somebody pale and ironic and weird. I just want somebody nice. And I think Death is about the only nice character in comics. There are very, very few of them.
Now, all your characters and stories seem to have kind of a dark mood. I mean, maybe it's me, but are you an angry guy?
Writers get to be nice, because we get to do all the terrible things that we ever want on the page, which is marvelous. I mean, that's where it spills out. I get to spill as much blood as I want, and I know how to hide the bodies. You're lucky, because if I wasn't a writer, you'd be dead right now.
Hey.